What you're about to see isn't a Hollywood action flick.
I think I've seen
It's a
this one.
real-life police chase through the tight streets of Osasco, Brazil.
Yeah.
Some say it's the best chase footage ever captured.
You got
It all
Shorty on the
started
back
when a
too?
motorcyclist and his passenger were spotted popping wheelies and tearing through the crowded streets of Sao Paulo.
You guys, we're going to get this one started. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and welcome back.
40-year-old
What?
boys are back in town.
40.
Boys are back in town. 40-year-old boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys Podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
All right, let's go.
You know what's crazy is that we actually know somebody who was in a situation like this.
Ooh.
I'm not going to say their name.
Oh. Well, then don't bring it up, man.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to dead name them. But he was fighting with this girl, and then, you know, it's like, they got into some scenario. He ended up like, she jumped out of the ride or something.
Dead naming's illegal in Colorado.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to go to jail.
But not that type of dead naming.
All right, we back in it, baby. Dad, stop!
County 564, we're 38 and parking left in the suspect.
It looks like Ace Hardware, or is it Lowe's?
LaQuandra Borden could have walked away with just a fine after getting caught shoplifting at Walmart.
LaQuandra.
But instead, she turned a minor offense into a 7-year prison sentence.
Oh, my God.
It all started when police caught LaQuandra and her friend, Chastity Stokes, stuffing over $2,000 worth of goods into their cart.
Now that's it. You guys reported this in Yeah, it's Gator Hole, North Myrtle. Yeah, the detectives involved in it.
When officers stopped them outside, everything seemed calm until LaQuandra asked to grab something from her car.
You know this officer got in some hot water because it's like, what do you need to grab out of your car? What is something I need to grab out of my car?
This is the problem.
How is that
though. This is the problem. I don't know when this was, but the current state of America is this. All this pressure is on cops to not shoot, to be extra nice.
Yeah, there's no winning.
Especially because of
Yeah.
And so it's just like, hey, it's
And
gonna
a
be
female.
okay. You just stole some stuff. They're trying to be chill, and then now she got a 7-year sentence, and that's what. Anyways, man, I try to balance this stuff.
Next thing you know, she's hitting the gas, a shot's fired, and a high-speed chase is on.
Get out of the car! Back up! Back up! Back up! Back up! Put in park! Put in park!
They don't know if she has.
Put in park!
She shot.
Get out of the car now! Get out of the car!
She has a gun,
I didn't see them draw their gun.
but he
And
kind of jumped off.
To
like-
your point, right? Okay. 99% of, interactions are just, whatever. Can I see your license? Blah, blah, blah. Goes by. Maybe somebody's a little upset. Maybe you get somebody yelling at you. What are you pulling me over for? But then you have situations like this that happen where it's just like, you would not typically expect that from a female, right? Like, I'm not thinking, I'm going to get shot by a woman today.
Oh. That's crazy.
County 564, just get it at the Walmart here.
That's
And they're going through a, retail parking lot at high speed.
she done lost her mind. What the, bro?
How do you only get 7 years for shooting at a police officer?
I tell you this, a man do that, he getting clapped on the spot.
With 3 tires and a bullet wound, LaQuandra somehow keeps going,
Oh, she did get
weaving
shot.
through traffic
Oh,
and
she
nearly
got shot.
running cars off the road.
Oh, she's a real one. she's that's a girl you want in your corner. You know what I mean?
that.
That's a
I
road
don't know what
dog.
you
That's a
mean.
girl that
No, I don't.
keep.
I'm
When
cool.
times get tough, you don't have to worry if she's gonna fold under pressure.
I don't need no masculine
You know what I
ass
mean?
chick, bro. F that. That shit is insane. This is the dumbest one so far.
Uh-huh.
I've watched 30 minutes of these. This is the dumbest one so far. Bro.
7 years.
She probably won't even have. She probably just have to do 5 too.
But that's
For
what's
how
so
much danger and drama she caused.
So this is the calculation that I made in my head back in the day, because when I was like doing, you know, illegal activities and selling drugs and stuff, and then I started calculating like how much money I was making and how much time I could lose of my life. I'm like, there's no amount of money that is worth a year of my life. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like millions maybe, but if you're not making that, and to think that $2,000, you put your life
This is why I don't
at risk for $2,000.
This is why I don't F with the current narrative. I don't F with it because I was young doing dumb stuff. I mean, dumb stuff for hundreds of dollars, and I wasn't a savage. There are people of savage energy, demon energy, who want to see other people, you know, suffer.
Yeah,
or they
like
just
hurting
have
old
no, they
ladies
have no
for
conscience.
a couple
like,
dollars.
I had a conscience. I was just dumb and rebellious. You see what I'm saying? But I know there's just savageness out there that don't care if they get life. They don't care about these things. So this is why I don't play that. And
that's why, you know, I feel the same way, because right, it was the consequences of my actions that forced me to change.
Yeah.
Because if I wasn't getting consequences for that, I would keep
Kept
doing it.
Yeah.
Because like, why? If I'm gonna just get off with a little slap on the wrist, on what's the point?
Bike strips finally put an end to the madness. LaQuandra's wild ride earned her 7 years behind bars. All she had to do was apologize and hand back the stolen items. Now that's what you call a costly mistake.
Now you just had a wreck.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet the most uncooperative woman in Peach County, Georgia, 24-year-old Sierra Hibbert.
Get out! Tires are flat!
After wiggling free, Sierra led officers on a wild chase until they used stop sticks to flatten her tires.
Who's the dude in
Even
the blue?
then, she still tried to escape.
The dude in the blue got kind of messed up, bro.
Come on!
I know he's limping away.
Like, you got hit by a fucking car, bro.
He's like, I'm gonna walk it off.
What
Rub
if
some
that was
dirt
like
on
a
it.
boyfriend or something? Or what if that's the popo? Damn.
Typical female driver. Don't lie, you had to put a tennis ball, you know, up in your garage so your wife don't hit the wall.
Yeah.
Imagine if typical protocol was just start blasting. Like, oh, you're trying to flee. Pop, pop, pop. Like,
He's not gonna make the car.
People would stop running. Like, this is crazy. Where's the grappler when you need it? This is insane. Imagine just being that mad as a chick.
Go.
Bro, that's... This is where my tax dollars...
Imagine dating that girl, bro. Imagine the type of fights in that household. She goes through your phone, accidentally sees a text. Yikes. No, thank you. So,
As of right now, the females are the worst drivers in these, like, because the men at least get away, and they're like almost getting away. And so far, the females have done a very lackluster job of doing anything that's exciting. It's just like, I'm not excited. Just pissing me off like normal. What the ladies? Come on, man. Step your game up.
Yeah, you need to definitely step up your police evasion game. But it does go to show you that, you know, male drivers are better. More skillful.
Yeah. It's like, what are we still doing, man? Just get out the car and put your hands up. They're being all nice because she's a woman, too. Crazy. People are crazy, bro.
I got in the car. Give me some help over here. I got you.
Sir.
Ma'am. We got it.
Sir. Now she's polite.
I know I'm buckled, sir. I know I'm buckled, sir.
Yeah.
Sir. I didn't do anything. I didn't do it, sir.
You just tried to kill 10 people.
No, I didn't, sir.
Alex, what's
No.
wrong?
Sir, stop. Sir, I didn't do it. Stop. You have... No. Why have you done... Stop. Stop. I didn't do it.
It won't fit. It won't fit.
When officers finally boxed her in and dragged her out of the car, Sierra had plenty to say.
I did not do it.
These are the type of chicks on the
whatever you guys
freshman
are talking about.
But the most shocking part?
Delusional.
She had a toddler in the back seat the entire time. As officers secured the child,
It's crazy because when I saw that woman running in there, I was like, is there a kid in the car? Because, like, why is she running in the car like that with police officers all around?
Bro.
Sierra stuck to her story, claiming she didn't do anything. Maybe it was a ghost driving her car. Let's take one last look at her wild ride from the officer's body cam.
Break glass, break glass, break glass. Get out the car. Get out.
He did pull his
Get
gap, though.
out. Tires are flat.
But there's a kid in the car. Do they know that? That's crazy. Their job is so crazy, bro.
Yeah, because think about that. Like, you know, that woman is
They
coming
saved the
at
kid's
you with
life.
yes. Or horribly goes wrong. Right? Because I don't know what the protocol is, but I think if somebody's like driving at you with the car, if you feel like you're in bodily harm,
Yeah,
you can fire.
bro.
But of course, you know what I mean? They should have done their job better. How could they potentially shoot somebody who was trying to run them over?
She's not gonna make it far.
What's she thinking? She might just literally be in the need to be in the room.
Go.
And I would like, it'd be interesting to have backstory because, like, what was the thing that they were being arrested for? Because, you know, when you realize that woman had, you know, $2,000 worth of stolen goods, and you threw away 7 years of your life for that.
This chick lost her kid.
I know.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
child endangerment, all that.
This is insane. This is freaking insane.
Unless you have like keys in the
And
trunk.
just, what does this do to you as a child?
In the end, Sierra was arrested and taken to county
Your
jail.
mom getting arrested.
The charges are
your car
unclear,
getting hit,
but it's safe to
guns
assume they
getting
include
pulled
reckless
out.
driving, endangering a child, and possibly assault with a deadly weapon.
Stop. I didn't.
What you're about to see isn't a Hollywood action flick.
I think I've seen
It's a
this one.
real-life police chase through the tight streets of Osasco, Brazil.
Yeah.
Some say it's the best chase footage ever captured.
You got
It all
Shorty on the
started
back,
when a
too?
motorcyclist and his passenger were spotted popping wheelies and tearing through the crowded streets of Sao Paulo. A motorcycle cop tried to pull them over, but they had other plans.
Going
The
to
rider
jail
hit the throttle,
in Sao
leading
Paulo.
officer on a
No, thank
heart-pounding
you.
6-minute pursuit through busy streets and narrow alleys.
I don't think I.
What did this sound? Oh, they put slow motion, so I thought it was about to be real.
I mean, that's just so reckless to have your lady on the back like that.
She's probably down for it, bro. They were popping wheelies together.
There's a difference between popping willies and crashing on a motorcycle.
biker dodged traffic, cut tight corners, and pulled stunts that would put a Hollywood stuntman to shame. But the officer wasn't letting up. When traffic got tighter, the chase reached dangerous new levels. Close calls with buses, red lights ignored, and sharp
This
turns
is the
that nearly
greatest
lost the
of all
officer.
time. Yo! Damn! This MFer is actually, as much as I hate the brazenness of these people, I gotta give this MFer mad respect.
He's got some skills, and I bet you Shorty's waiting for him when he gets out. Because that is probably the most exciting moment of her life.
Let's just be clear. She's either she's wet in one way or the other.
She's shitting her pants.
Yo, did you see how close it got to that bus?
Oh, God.
Talk about getting.
I haven't watched this whole video, though. I think I just saw a clip. This is crazy. I didn't realize it was this long.
Dude, this is an eternity.
It is an eternity.
For this high adrenaline fixated thing, this dude is just in flow state.
Dude, I'm nervous, Mike. Yes.
This
My
is
palms
flow
are sweating.
state.
And I'm like, how is this going to end? Ooh.
Crazy. That's insanity. I'm like, because I don't know how this ends. I just
Me either. Yeah, I just saw like a 15-second clip of it.
Bro, what the? They better make GTA 6 based off this. This is literally like the Matrix, bro.
It is. It is like a
What the-
chase scene in the movie.
With a person on the back, though.
Oh!
This mother effer is too nice. Wow.
Yeah, she's down. She's waiting for him when he gets out. That's for sure.
Bro, if they live through this, I'll be amazed. I'm like, they gonna hit something and it's a L. This is done.
What if he just runs out of gas? 3 days later.
Bro, she is just in sync. Like, they've done this before. I've never in my life. What makes this as incredible is that this isn't AI. That you know this happened in real life. You know what I mean? There's a dog.
Literally.
The biker knew he needed something drastic to shake the cop, so he dove into residential neighborhoods.
Ooh.
He almost pulled it off. One more turn, and he might have escaped. But as incredible as this chase was, it had to end.
Dead end?
Based on his skill and knowledge of the city, this wasn't his first chase. And now, it might be his last.
What the?
With moves like that, both of these guys could have had a career as Hollywood stunt drivers.
That's crazy.
Thanks for riding the adrenaline wave with us here at Mind Rush. If you're hungry for more heart-pounding action and edge of...
That was crazy. That was a good
is
finale.
insane. That's probably the best ending to all the videos we did today.
Yeah, and they didn't get hurt. I mean, you know, I didn't want to see him wreck.
He's gonna get his anus punctured in Sao Paulo.
I don't know, man. He might get some high fives when they see that video.
Nah, man, they gonna grapple his sphincter and put him in a rear naked choke for real. he go get his blue belt.
Think about that, dude. How tough the prisons are down there when all those
This
people
is
know
what
how to
I'm
grapple.
saying. This is what I'm saying.
There is a thing that we could do a segment on, and it's like the biggest serial killer like in the world or something. And it's like this dude who's like allegedly killed like 200 people in Brazil, but it's like other criminals and like pedos and stuff. He made it his life's mission. He got locked up and just started murking all these like.
That's hard. That's actually dope.
Yes. You know, I always had a healthy respect for motorcycles because my Uncle Phil, you know, that we used to work with, Filthy Phil, when I was a kid, you know, I used to always like ride my bikes and stuff like that. And I crash and I get road rash, you know, where you just rip off all the skin. It hurts like hell and you got dirt and shit. You got to pick out. He got into a motorcycle accident when I was young and he was hospitalized for like weeks on end because he crashed and there was like some fresh pavement that had been laid down. So he was just caked with like tar like in his skin and they had to like pick it out. It was on his face. And they like the only thing that saved him is he had that big ass beard. So it just created that buffer layer. Cause I don't think he was wearing a helmet. You know, he's like a 80s, you know, biker. So, you know, it was safety third for sure. But I just always remember that when I was a kid. So I always had this like kind of fear of like motorcycles like that.
That's insane. Anyways, that was probably the greatest police chase I've ever seen in my life. And I'm
kudos.
I'm fucking
respect.
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect.
Put some respect on his name.
Anyway, yeah.
You ever seen Ronin? Do you remember that movie?
Mm-hmm.
And they just had the ill, like car chases, like some of the best chases. That hands down was better than Ronin.
This shit was fire.